Hello, I'm Katie and welcome to this beginner yoga routine. For this practice, we will be melting tight leg muscles with some long hold yoga poses. So if you're after a nice deep stretch for your legs, this routine is perfect because we'll be holding the poses for 2 minutes each. This will also help you to increase your flexibility, and I will keep things nice and quiet and relaxed so you can just unwind as you do these yoga poses. For this practice, you might need a strap of some kind. You can use a belt or anything that resembles a strap. Also, yoga blocks or cushions can come in handy. If you don't have a belt or strap, don't worry at all. You can still do this routine, but the pose will be a little bit deeper if you do have a strap. So you can press pause and go get one if you want to. And then if you enjoy this video at the end, please leave it a thumbs up. It really helps me to know what you enjoy, and it also helps YouTube to show these videos to more people, which I would also really appreciate. So let's begin melting those tight muscles. We're going to start just sitting on the mat. You can sit up on a cushion or a yoga block if you want to, and then sit in whatever position works for you. Don't worry about how it looks here. Once you're settled, you might close your eyes or relax your gaze. Lengthen your spine if you can. Relax your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. And soften your facial muscles. You're just signaling to the body and the mind that it can relax. So if you feel yourself holding on to anything, take time to soften it up now. And if thoughts are starting to come into your mind, that is normal, but just know that those are thoughts you have probably thought about before, and you'll probably think about them again. So for now, it's okay just to ignore them by coming back to your breath and back to your body as much as you can. Before we open the eyes, just check in again if your jaw clenched, if your facial muscles got tight, and maybe your shoulders lifted towards your ears a bit. Undo everything, make it all spacious. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, you can slowly open your eyes again. We'll make our way into downward facing dog. So you can have your fingers spread wide apart, hands about shoulder width distance apart, toes curling onto the back of the mat. You can lift your knees, then drag your hips up and back, dropping your head towards the mat. And we'll start here by paddling the feet, moving slowly as you stretch through your calves and your hamstrings. If it feels good to pause at any point, you can do so and just gently press into the stretch. If you prefer to hold your downward dog, you can have your feet hip width distance apart. Keep a bend in your knees, point your tailbone up and drop your head towards your mat. So maybe your ears come in line with your biceps. Keep pushing yourself away from your hands so you stretch all the back of your body. And then ask your heels to touch the mat, but it's okay if they don't. For most people, they won't. Keep breathing wherever you are, dropping your awareness into the sensation you feel. Now start to walk your feet towards your hands. Eventually you'll come into a standing forward fold or Uttasana pose. So you can have your knees bent here as much as you need to. Have your feet parallel to each other and hip width distance apart. Then drop your head and hands towards the mat, or your hands can come to hold opposite elbows. And this is a great pose to lengthen your hamstrings. So let's pause, letting gravity and your breath do all the work for the next 2 minutes. Make sure you're still relaxing your neck muscles and your jaw. If your mind left you, that's okay. Bring it back. We'll be here for a few more breaths. Now from here, you can step your right foot back behind you, dropping your right knee to the mat, coming into a low lunge. So your front knee stays over your front ankle, back toes can stay tucked, or the top of the foot can come to the mat. And your back knee will determine the intensity of the stretch. So if you want to go a little bit deeper into your back quad, you can slide that back knee back a little bit more. So as I just mentioned, our focus here is on that back quad. So let's hold, breathing into whatever sensation you feel, and exhaling to get it out of your body. Take one more big breath in and out. And when you're ready, step that right foot back to the front, briefly pausing in the standing forward fold again. And then you can step your left foot back behind you, sinking the knee, keeping your front knee over your front ankle, and then setting yourself up for whatever low lunge variation works best for you. With time, as your body starts to open up, you might be able to sink your hips a little bit lower, or even slide that back knee back even further, but always just respecting the limitations of your body. It's not really about achieving a pose or a look, it's more about feeling a feeling. Take one more big breath in, long breath out. And when you're ready, step that left foot forward now, making our way back into a very brief standing forward fold. Just dropping your head and neck and shoulders. Now you can bring yourself back down onto your mat, coming to sit with your legs out long in front of you. We'll be doing half shoelace for the next few minutes. So as always, cushion or yoga block to sit on will make this a little bit easier. Then when you're ready, you can bring your right foot all the way over beside your left hip. You can really kind of drag this foot back as much as you can, and your knees will somewhat be stacked over each other, but again, don't worry too much about the technicalities of the pose. So here we are in our half shoelace. You might start to already feel this within your bottom calf and hamstring and within your hips as well. So this might be enough just to stay here like this, sitting as tall as you can. But if you do want to go a little bit deeper, you can use an exhale to fold forward, walking your hands away from you and dropping your nose towards your top knee. You can experiment a little bit with how much weight you put into your bottom leg. You can drop that top knee and your upper body a little bit more to intensify the stretch. And of course, if that doesn't work for you, just back off by lifting everything back up a little bit more. As you start to notice your hamstring and your calf a little bit more, you might just send some gratitude down to them. If you're here because your leg muscles are tight, I will assume that you've been doing some activity or doing something that has made your legs tight. And maybe this is just a good opportunity to be grateful for those things that we were able to do, and even that our legs were able to get tight. When you're ready to come out of shoelace, you can inhale, push yourself away from your mat, undo that right foot, and maybe take a few seconds to shake out your legs. And then we'll go to the other side, bringing your left foot across to the right hip, pulling it back if we can, maybe stacking the knees, and then coming into whatever version works best. Both sides of the body are very different, maybe a little bit more different than we would like to think. So every time we switch to the other side, you really have to bring yourself back to the beginning. Figure out what works for this side and how this side is responding to the pose. And then you can act accordingly over the next 2 minutes. Take your last breath cycle here. When you're ready, use your hands to push yourself away from your mat, undoing, shaking, and we'll do some windshield wipers. So you can lean back on your hands, have your feet hip width distance apart, exhale to drop to one side, inhale to lift up, exhale to the opposite side. We'll do a few more like that. It just helps to get rid of any tension from your hips and also your hamstrings here. And now when you're ready, we'll end our practice lying on the back. So we still have more poses, but we're going to be using the strap if you have it. If not, that's okay. So come on down. Give yourself a moment to realign your spine onto the mat. Take a big breath in, big breath out. And we'll keep our left leg long here on the mat, and lift your right leg up, having your foot as close to the ceiling as possible. So if you don't have a strap here, you can interlock your fingers behind your thigh, acting like a little cradle here for your leg. And just gently start to pull your leg towards your body, opening up the hamstring and the calf here. If you do have your strap, you can wrap it around the sole of your foot and then hold the strap with your right arm, keeping your arm and leg as straight as comfortable. Keeping your foot parallel to the ceiling will help to engage and stretch those leg muscles even more. As we hold here, you can relax your shoulders, your jaw, and just let your breath and the pose open up your leg. Take one more big breath in. With your exhale, you can start to release your right foot, send it out long, and then when you're ready, we'll repeat on the left side, either cradling your leg or wrapping your strap around your left foot. If you are holding the strap, hold it with your left arm this time. Foot is maybe parallel to the ceiling. The rest of your body is dropping into the mat. Keep an open route for your breath to go all the way into your leg. So it's like a road from your nostril into your left big toe. Take one more super long breath in. Super long breath out. You can release your left leg now, sending it back down to the bottom of the mat. You can remove your strap and just keep it to the side. And then we will set ourselves up for Shavasana pose for 2 minutes, which will help your body to absorb all of the benefits of the poses you've done. It also creates muscle memory so you can increase your flexibility. And it's just a really nice excuse to lie on the floor and relax. So let your arms and legs explore until they find the perfect spot to rest. Have your palms facing up. Relax your shoulders, loosen your jaw, drop your hips, drop your legs, drop your feet. Stay here for the next few moments, and I'll let you know when it's time to come back. You're welcome to stay here for even longer. But if you do want to end your practice, you can bring some movement back into your body. Slowly adjusting until you feel ready to bring yourself into a seat again. And when you are in your seat, you can just sit whatever way works best. Spine a little bit taller if you can. Close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath in through your nostrils. Open your mouth to exhale, blowing out any cobwebs from your legs. And you can do that a few more times as needed. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more practices just like this. And if you do want to continue with this style of practice, there's lots more in this playlist, which is also linked in the description of this video. So thank you again for joining me. I'll see you soon. Until then, take care of yourself and goodbye.